Hi guys, so on this video I'm going to show you how I edited this picture from start to finish, starting from skin retouching to color grading. So without wasting much time, let's just get to it. So at first, once you drag a raw image from camera to the Photoshop, like a raw image coming from camera direct to Photoshop, it actually get to the camera raw first of all. So you need to make some adjustment before taking it for retouching. So which I'm just going to do it right here like this. So this is how I do the first color grading. So I'll just take this highlight to minus 100. So for the contrast, I'll add a little bit of contrast to it. So I'll come to the shadows. I'll also add shadows to it. Then after adding the shadows, I'll come back to this exposure, then reduce it just like this till when the temp of the picture is not really that harsh. So I'll just come to the white, then reduce the white a bit because I just want it to dim the shouty color on the white. Say for the black, I'll just reduce it as well. Clarity, I'll just do a bit to +8. So I'm done with this first basics right here. The next I'm going to use the color mixer. So let me just press Q on the keyboard to show you guys the before and after. So I'll come to the color mixer. Then for the green, if I take it there, you can see it's adding more green to it. So I'll just keep it here. For the skin tone, this orange actually goes for the skin tone. So I'll just add a little bit of orange to it as well. So I'll come to the hue, then for the green I'll shift it to this other side. So you can now see the color, the green color is now changing on the leaves. So that's how I do it. So once I'm done, I'll just add a little bit of magenta to the orange as well. So you guys can see this is the before and this is the after. So once I'm done with this first color grading right here, I'll just come right down there to click open. So it's going to take me directly to Photoshop. So I'll just wait till it's done loading. So after loading, let me just zoom it in. So I'm now good to start my retouching right here because I've done the first color grading. So to retouch this image, I'm going to use my action. So if you're interested in getting this action, there's a link on the description. So you just go click the link and get the action. So I'm just going to duplicate this background layer by just pressing my Command J on the keyboard to duplicate it. So after duplicating it, I'll just come to this frequency separation 8 bits and I'll click on it. So after clicking on it, it will show the Gaussian blur, which I'm to input my radius. So as you guys have been watching my video, if you're a new viewer right here, so I normally take this to 0.1. So after taking it to 0.1, I'll just sample the like any part on the skin. So you guys can see it is being represented here. So I'm now going to take this radius till when I can't find the texture on this image again. So you can now see the image is looking blurry, there's no much texture. I'll just click OK. That does not mean all your picture you'll be using 8 point or 7.8. So it's depending on the image quality. So after doing that, the high frequency right here is actually for the skin texture, while the low frequency here is for the skin color. So if I'm taking off blemishes, I'm going to use the high frequency layer, and if I'm brushing the skin color, I'm going to use the low frequency layer right here. So I'll just first of all use the frequency or the low frequency to brush and show you guys how it looks. So I'll come to the mixer brush and I'll come change this to a clean brush. For the weight, I like using 30, the load 30 and mix 30 and flow 25. These settings do work for me, and I'm just going to zoom it in. I'm going to zoom it in just so I can start retouching the face area. So I'm just going to start brushing. So you guys can see the model right here came with a skull. So she does not have hair. So I'm just going to brush everything to look smooth, but not too smooth on this part. So I'll just continue brushing this other area just like this. So once you're brushing, just make sure your brush is on a circular form. Just turn it on a circular form. You're not to brush and be doing like this, just a straight line. No, just turn it just like this. And I normally use the brush sorry, while I'm brushing I do turn it on a circular way, and it works for me perfectly well. I'm just going to continue that just like this. I'll just be turning it. So a quick one, let me show you the before and after, that there's something being applied. So you guys can see the before and this is the after. So it's getting smoother. So I'm just going to brush it just like this. And I'm just returning it. So I'm actually rushing because this is a tutorial video. I need to work with time just so the video won't be too long. That's why I'm rushing. So you can take your time while doing this. And if you're interested on the raw image to practice, you can just drop on the comment section. I'll provide the link for you to get this raw image right here. So I'm just going to zoom it in, and I'll come to the high frequency layer. So to pick up the blemishes, I'll be using the clone stamp to do that. So if you don't know how to use the clone stamp, don't worry, I'll explain how it's being used. So I'll come to the clone stamp right here. Then make sure the clone stamp size is bigger than the blemishes you want to take off. So if I'm taking off these blemishes right here, this size is okay because it's bigger than the blemishes at that point. So what you have to do, just sample any place there is no blemishes and replace it on the place there is blemishes, just like this. So I'll just come here where there is no blemishes. I'll click and hold my Alt key on the keyboard, then I'll click on my mouse, then I'll let go of the Alt key, then I'll now click on where I have the blemishes to replace it. So you guys can see I'll do the same. Then I'll come here where there is no blemishes, I'll click and hold my Alt key, then pick, then let go of the Alt, then click the mouse just to replace it. So I'm just going to continue just in that method, just so I can take off the blemishes on this image just like this. So once you're doing this, you need to be careful as well. So watch the way I do mine. So to take off the blemishes, that's actually how I do it. Just repeat the same process I did earlier in showing you guys how to use the clone stamp to take off blemishes. So I'm just going to keep on. I'll take all of this off. So what I'm picking out is kind of the distraction on this image, which is not making it look smooth. So not as if I'm going to take everything off, but just the ones that are too obvious and are not making the image pop smoothly. So I'll just pick the few of it, then I'll take off these bits off. Then I'll take this, I'll come here, then take this, then take this. So let me also unveil a secret for you guys to learn from. So each time you're done picking up blemishes, I do advise you brush the area that you take off the blemishes, just like this face area. If you're done picking up the blemishes, I do advise you brush this area again. So I'm just going to zoom it out, and I'll take this other one on off, head off, just like this. So once I'm done, as I said, once I'm done picking up the blemishes, I do advise you get to brush the area you take off the blemishes again, even though you had already brushed, but just make sure you brush it again. So I'll come back to the low frequency, then I'll pick up my mixer brush, then I'll just brush all over again, but the second time won't be as I did earlier. This one is just a brush through, so no, just to make all the parts that I've taken off the blemishes to look smooth, and it actually works perfectly well for me. That's why I recommend you to do that if you want to edit your image as a pro. So I need to come and take this place off, which is looking kind of obvious. So I'll click on the high frequency, then I'll come to the clone stamp also, I'll select on it, then I'll click and hold the Alt, then just remove it the same way I showed you guys earlier. So I'll just remove this. place of, I'll just do it like this. So once I'm done here, I'm just going to zoom it out just like this. So let me show you the before. This is the before and this is the after. So I'll come back to the mixer brush or the low frequency, then I'll click on the mixer brush, then I'll just brush it just like this. Then I'll come to the neck area, then I'll brush it just like that, and also this part as well. I'll brush it off to make it look smooth. So this other side, I'm not going to take off much blemishes, just so the picture can look more real, like more realistic. So I'll come to the hand area right here. I'll just try to blend it a bit just for it to look smooth. I won't really brush much, but I'm just giving a professional touch to it. So this is how I do edit my image, and I will drop a link of my Instagram handle so you guys can see how my image is looking. I'll just brush it just like that. So right here I'll just brush it, and also here just brush it to make it look smooth. So I'll just zoom out, then let me correct this part here. So now I'm done with the frequency separation. So let me show you the before. So this is the before and this is the after. The before and after. So what next I'm going to do, I'm now going to whiten the eye. So to whiten the eye, I normally use the vibrance. So I'll just come here, then take this vibrance to -65 or 66 is fine. Then I'll come and select this point right here. Then I'll come down to invert. So I invert the layer mask right there. I'll come and pick on the brush tool. Then I'll right click and set the hardness to 50. So after setting the hardness to 50, I'll zoom it into the eye area. Then reduce the size of brush to fit. Then make sure the foreground color is on white, just so you can unveil what's on the black layer mask. So I'll just start painting, and also your opacity should be at 100. I'll just start painting just like this. Then for this side, I'll just continue painting just like that. So you guys can see the before and the after of the eye. So I've now whitened the eye successfully. So the next thing to do is the color grading. If you can see, these are forehead. You can see how it's looking white. So to correct that, I'll pick on the lasso tool. Then I'll come here and I'll select it just like this. I make sure I select all the white area perfectly. Then I'll now right click, then fader. Click on fader. Then I'll fader it to 88. Then I'll click OK. I'll come to the curve. Then I'll just reduce the curve till when it's okay. So after reducing, if I take this curve down here and I'll come to this fader also on the mask, then I'll just fader it again a bit. So let me show you the before. This is the before. So it's looking really odd, or should I say ash. So, but now it's looking calm. So now I'm done with that. The next thing I'm to do is to color grade this image. So to color grade this image, the tools I normally use in color grading this image is the selective color. So once I click the selective color, I'll get to the red. Then I'll just play with all of these settings a bit. So I'll take this here, then add magenta. Then I take it here, you can see how it's looking. So for the yellow, I'll add yellow to 2. Then contrast, I'll add it like the black, it will give this image more contrast on the color. So when I'm done, I'll click on the yellow, then I'll just play with this a bit. So I'll just take it here, you can see how it's looking. So I normally play with the yellows just a bit, then add contrast, which is the black. It will add contrast to the yellow all the yellow on this image right here. And when I'm done with that, I'll come to the neutral, then add this black to +2. Then that is fine. The next thing I'm to do is the color balance. For the color balance, I'm going to use just the mid-tones. So to color grade this, I'll just play with these other settings. Then I'll add blue to it, or yellow. If I add yellow, it's looking kind of light, but this I want to give it a cool melanin, so I'll add blue to +2. So when I'm done with that, the next settings I do use is the brightness and contrast. So I'll come here, I'll select contrast to 4. Then also for the brightness, the image is looking kind of bright already, but I'll just add a little bit of brightness to it, like 2 is fine. And once I add 2, let me just use 5 as a contrast. So once I'm done right there, let me group what I've done so far to show you guys the before. So I'll just highlight the 3 adjustments I used, then drag it down here to group it. So let me just name this color grade. So once I name it color grade, let me show you the before. So this is the before and after. You can now see it has added more colors to this image, even though it's not really much, but it's giving this professional tone. So for this hand that is looking kind of dark, I'll come down here, then I'll still use the lasso tool, then I'll just select it. I don't really need a perfect selection on this, but I just want the hand area to show. So once I'm done, I'll now right click, then set the fader to 66 and it's okay. Then come to the curves, then I'll just add brightness to it a bit, just so the color can match. Just a little bit is fine. So all of these adjustment I'm doing, let me take this to the color grade. I'll just put it here because it's still part of the color grading. So everything I'm doing in terms of color grading is being added there, even the brightness adjustment and all of that. So the next thing to use is the curves. This is really important in my image because using this curve, I'll kind of add this amazing contrast to this image as well. And I'll just come here, then add contrast a bit to it. I don't really want to add brightness because the image is kind of looking bright already. So after that, I'm going to select the selective color and I'll come to the green, then I'll just play with this green, add it to be much more better than how it was looking. I'll just adjust it like this, then I'll add contrast to the green. So let me show you the before and after of the color grading. This is the before and this is the after. So this is the before and after. So this is how I got to retouch my image, also whiten the eye and also color grade the image. It's actually simple and it doesn't take much time. So this is practically how I do edit this image. So thank you guys for watching this video. I really hope it's helpful. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel for more helping tutorial videos. And right here on top, this video is the advanced way on how to retouch your image. So I advise you click on the video and watch and learn how to retouch your image professionally. So thank you guys once again, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye for now.